everyone, this is Robin, and I'm here with Jeff Welton.
Hello.
And we are in his lovely home. Thank you so much for inviting us.
You're welcome.
Jeff just retired, so I
Yes.
thought it would be a cool idea to just kind of ask, how is retirement?
It's awesome. It's the best job I've ever had, actually. I'm into week 3 of retirement, and I am so busy with so many things right now. I have never been busier.
Yeah?
I do yoga twice a week. I've never done yoga in my life.
Oh.
That is very hard.
So you can create a whole pretzel in your body.
Exactly. Downward dog, mine's the dying dog. I do squash 4 times a week. I picked up the alto saxophone that I haven't played since high school.
Wow.
I'm taking lessons.
Cool.
I start volunteering next week at Mission Services in Hamilton, in
Yeah.
a food bank. So I'm really busy, very busy.
But it's stuff you like to do.
I love it's stuff you're passionate about.
There you go.
I mean, you should do that at work, but you should do that in life too.
Exactly. Tell us about the little photo album they were trying to do.
Oh my God, yeah, photo albums. I have decided to go through every single photo album we have and put them in, all the pictures in photo boxes.
Right.
Make it easier for our kids. That,
Find them.
you know, when the day comes,
Yeah.
they don't have to throw the photo albums out. They might keep a couple of boxes as opposed to 50 or 60 photo albums.
Right.
But it's been fun because I'm looking through all kinds of pictures, reminding me of living in Calgary, living all over the place.
Right. That's amazing. Now I would love to do that when there's a time. So-
When the time's right, you'll know.
Right now there's pictures all over the place. So when it comes to emerging leaders, what are the things that you are looking for in an emerging leader? What would tip them to become an executive?
You know, I think most leaders have some core capabilities or competencies required. You're talking about emerging leaders, so I know from an HR perspective,
Yeah.
identifying top talent really early in their careers,
Yeah.
soon in their careers, finding sponsorship and mentors for them within an organization, getting them exposure,
Right.
allowing them to try new things, new business areas. You know, if their expertise is in marketing, then have them try something in finance or in customer service or whatever the case is. But giving people stretch assignments and projects early in their careers. You're talking about emerging leaders, identification and giving them opportunities.
Perfect. Let's talk about organizational fit. Now, what does that mean to you, and how does it look and sound like in real life?
Yeah. So I mean, organizational fit actually should come from 2 sides.
Yeah.
From the individual joining an organization. I always tell people when you're exploring, looking at a new organization, do your due diligence. Find out the culture, what it's all about. I give people lots of ideas on questions to ask,
Right.
to really get deep down into this. So to make sure it's a fit for you. Are they going to be supportive of you? Are they going to develop you? Are they going to, et cetera, et cetera.
Right.
Organizational fit for an organization is, does this individual fit our culture? Are they going to be counter to our culture? Not that you want everyone to be exactly the same, but someone who will complement your culture,
Right.
someone who brings something different to the table, new ideas, new thinking, etc. But if you have an organization that's collaborative, the last thing you need to do is bring in a leader who's not collaborative, who is more dictatorial or whatever the case is.
No.
You know, when we worked at the bank together, that's why we put people through a number of interviews,
Oh, yeah.
many interviews. Because number one, they got the sense as to who we were,
Right.
but more importantly, we got the chance to really suss out, are these people going to fit and work within our organization?
Okay, so with regard to the idea of coaching and mentoring, are those important for emerging leaders?
Yeah, emerging leaders and
even later.
and later as existing leaders. For emerging leaders, the mentorship program I think would be incredibly important. Whether you're brand new to an organization and finding as part of your onboarding program
Right.
a mentor, or within an organization, if you've identified someone early on in their career, why not provide them with some sort of support with a mentor or two, a mentor within their current business group, maybe another mentor that's outside of the business group that understands the broader organization for a large organization. You know, those are invaluable for an emerging leader. As far as an existing executive, still very important for people who need to understand sort of the inner workings of the rest of an organization or other parts of an organization.
we're getting
Getting distracted by one of our cats.
Decided to drink off my glass.
Did she put her head in there? Oh, God.
It was funny. Just literally like, I need this water now.
Well, your drink's in a dish right there on the floor.
But it has lemon on it. Should be okay.
It should be fine.
Okay. So, when it comes to succession planning, because you were ready to retire, what were the things that you made sure were in place so that retirement was kind of transitioned smoothly?
Right. So in our organization, smallish organization, so it's not like we have this bench of strength that we were going to pull on to bring in behind me or whatever the case is. I gave our organization 6 months to work through a transition plan, and the transition plan that I was concerned about was not in particular our customers.
Yeah.
So I have a lot of account relationships. I want to make sure that was handled smoothly and business continued on. Our employee base I led our coaching practice, so I want to make sure our coaches felt supported through this process. And then there was the whole team leadership, the SLT dynamics, and making sure we had the right dynamics going forward and who we were bringing in to take on components of what I was doing, and would they fit back to organizational fit, the leadership team.
Now, would you have wanted to have an individual replace you, or divvy up your work? And
we took this as an opportunity to look at things a little differently. So we split things up and shuffled things around. That is one advantage when you have people change. It gives you an opportunity to rethink the business, the business strategy, how things are going, how things are organized or set up, and we took advantage of that opportunity to do things a little differently. Yeah.
And there's no one formula on saying.
I wouldn't say there is, but anytime you have any type of a change in an individual, especially at a leadership level, it's an opportunity for the organization to say, do we fill?
Right.
How do we fill?
Right.
And who do we fill with?
Right.
So, do we fill? Yes, we need the role. That's pretty straightforward. But how do we fill? The shuffling, changing the business around, and who do we fill with? Do we look inside? Do we look externally? What are the risks of doing either?
Right.
So it's a great opportunity to look at that.
Okay, so leadership style is an important part and a very key part to one's success. Is there one particular leadership style you look for whether small, medium-sized, large organization, or should leaders come in with a whole slew of styles, and then what do they do with that?
Yeah, it's not just one leadership style. It's a whole toolkit or a toolbox of styles for a couple of reasons. One, different situations, different business situations, individual people situations require different skills, and you need to be able to flex those at the right time appropriately. But when I think of capabilities and tools that leaders have, for me personally, this is my bias, strong people leadership, strong communication, great listeners, being able to have a vision, getting people to understand, being able to articulate it, supportive of individuals at the right time, getting people to buy into your vision and followership. On the flip side, on the business side, being able to make great business decisions, tough ones when you have to, being decisive when you need to be decisive, rallying, being collaborative at the right times, that whole right time. In this situation this works, in this situation it doesn't work. That's why you have to have a whole toolkit, and you have to know when to flex and use those skills.
Very good.
Make sense?
Makes sense, totally. All right. Thanks, Jeff. Thanks, Jeff, for taking time to have a chat with me and us and sharing your experience with the world.
You're more than welcome. Thank you.
Thank you. Hey.